What up though, y'all? It's Chris. Appreciate you connecting with me while I finish up these 10,000 steps. Behind me is my old college, CCS, College for Creative Studies. Back when I went there, it was like 10 grand a semester. I don't know what it would cost now. 10 grand a semester was very expensive back then. As crazy as it sounds, that don't sound so bad today. I don't recommend it, but it don't sound so bad today. But today we're gonna talk about gentrification and why it's a good thing and the obvious cons that come along with it. What's good about it is the neighborhood that it's happening in is being rehabbed, it's being built up, it's becoming more beautiful, more vibrant, more attractive. The obvious con though is that some of the people that have been there, more likely than not, won't be able to stay there in time. You know, this park over here across the street from my old school, this is a product of gentrification. It's a beautiful park. When I'm out and about doing my walking, I make my way over here. And, sometimes I just chill. Sometimes I walk through here. Very beautiful, beautiful scenery. Let me have a seat though, so I can talk to y'all a bit more. So, as I was saying, aside from the obvious pros, which I think are great pros, there's the obvious con, which is that not everybody that's been there during the down times is going to be able to stay. There's going to be people that the area is going to outprice eventually, and they will have to move. Like over here, all of this wonderful construction that's happening, all this luxury stuff that's happening, there are people that have been over here that where they've been staying, the rent is either going to go up to the point to where they won't be able to stay any longer, or they're going to sell the land to some contractor in a bid to tear down what's there and build up something new and luxurious for the future of people that are going to be living over here. So how do I feel about that? Well, I like gentrification, honestly. I think it is a fantastic thing. I think all this happening over here in downtown Detroit is fantastic. It's made it a way better place than it ever was, and I can't be mad at that. But there is the con that some people are just not going to be able to hang over here anymore. They're just not going to be able to live over here. And that's just, it's unfortunate, but it just is what it is, because like everything else, not everybody can go. That's just the way life works. Not everybody can go. It's not coming down to a matter of how good people are or aren't. It's not coming down to a matter of loyalty or anything of that. None of those things. It's coming down to just simple capitalism. And some people just will not be able to remain over here because they won't be able to afford to. They ain't get rid of your boy. I'm staying. They're not gonna be outpricing me, but that's me. I just happen to be, in a position where I can stand 10 toes down on that. I understand that to a certain extent. I'm blessed, and some of it was me grinding, and some of it was luck. But people attribute luck to this mythical thing, and luck really is just when preparation meets opportunity. It's not some mythical thing that you just happen to be in the right place at the right time. Not to say that doesn't happen, but it mostly comes down to preparation and opportunity meeting. So, just me being the person that I am, I've been in situations where I had to move. This is during my younger years. I was in situations where I had to move because we couldn't afford to stay there. and whatnot. And when you go through those experiences, they do suck. but they kind of galvanize your resolve, where you're like, when I'm on my own and I'm in the driver's seat, I'm gonna make sure that this doesn't happen to me. So, you know, experiences, it's all about what you take from them. You could have a not so great experience and you can whine about it and wallow in it, like, oh, woe is me. Or you could take that experience and you can use it as fuel, like, that'll never happen to me again. When that happened to me before, I wasn't in the driver's seat. I was underage. I went where my parents went. But now that I'm an adult and I'm in the driver's seat, that's never going to happen to me. I'll make sure that I do what I got to do, to where I decide where I'm going to live. I decide how long I'm going to live there. If I leave, it's on my own merit. It's because I'm either deciding to move or somebody then bought me out. But either way, I chose to be bought out. Like, no one's going to decide, oh, we just priced this place to where now you can't afford to live there anywhere. Not your boy. I'm going to get out and grind and hustle as hard as I have to in order to make sure that that doesn't happen. I'm going to do whatever I got to do. Is that's working a 9 to 5, it's whatever. If that's doing gig work like DoorDash and Instacart or Spark, I'm going to do that. Ain't no shame in my game. I'm going to always hustle. I live in a city where you got to hustle, you know. Born and raised in Detroit, man. You can't eat pride. That don't feed you. You got to get out and hustle. I'd much rather be out hustling on some job, grinding away, you know, doing something that people would be like, oh, that's a lame job. You know, insert mall fast food job or something like that. People see you, whatever, and they're laughing and pointing. But honestly, are you to be laughed at, though? Because those same people that are laughing at you are struggling to pay their rent. So you working some job that they don't deem to be luxurious and deem to be a job that's lame or laughable or whatever. You're working at the Chick-fil-A at the mall. Okay, that's fine. It's not a glamour job, whatever, but you're doing what you got to do to survive. You're doing what you got to do to keep yourself afloat. Meanwhile, they're being so judgmental and so picky about working jobs when they have no skills, and they're struggling to pay their rent. They're struggling to pay their monthly metro bill. You know, so this all wraps into just staying out in front of the curve. Some people won't be able to stay here when all this stuff is transformed. And I could say, well, they should have hustled more or made better choices. And that may be true to an extent. But some people genuinely, they just won't be able to do that for one reason or another. They got a disability. They're up there in age to where they just can't get out and hustle like that no more. One reason or another, some people just won't be here no more. And again, that truly is unfortunate. But as I said, with all things, not everybody can go. So make sure that you do what you need to do so that you're not the one that's stuck having to figure out other living arrangements because the area that you've been living in just happened to see this surge in popularity and interest in billionaires, and they're like, we're gonna totally gentrify it, we're gonna build it up into something it never was before. That's happening here, but they ain't getting rid of my ass. So I want you to have that same resolve of doing what you got to do so that you're never in that position. They can't never get rid of you. They're going to have to buy you out. All right. Appreciate y'all connecting with me. I'm kind of low energy now because I'm at the end of everything. I need to go get something to eat. Leave me them comments, man. If you appreciated this video, like it, subscribe if you haven't. I'll talk to you later. Peace.